Massive breaking news in the MLB world today, and it is some big news. The San Diego Padres, first of all, have signed Joe Musgrove to a 5-year extension worth $100 million, $20 million a season, deserved for Musgrove. But then the other big breaking news out of San Diego is that they have traded for Josh Hader from the Milwaukee Brewers, giving up a package of Taylor Rogers, Dinelson Lamet, and then they also have given up prospects Robert Gaster and Esteury Ruiz. They're number 8 and 9 prospects according to Baseball America. Holy smokes. This is yeah. This is crazy. Massive moves. Massive moves for the Padres. Getting Musgrove locked up is huge for them, and making this Hader trade is really big for them. We're gonna cover all that right here on Bleacher Brawls. My name is Derek, and let's get straight into it. So let's just go with this. The Musgrove extension is massive for the Padres. There's no other ways to put it. It is, massive. It's a massive deal for the Padres to get done. Um, and I mean, like, Musgrove fits the Padres. He's been very good for the Padres. It just makes sense. He had a 3.18 ERA last year with them, and this year he's been even better, a 2.65 ERA with the Padres. Musgrove's been amazing. No point to get rid of him. It makes sense. You don't have to worry about him walking in free agency. You got him locked up for the next 5 years. He's only 29, so 5 years puts him through his age 34 season. You're 100% fine with that if you're the Padres. Yeah, that's perfect for the Padres. They really needed to keep Musgrove. I feel like he's kind of the ace of that staff. I really shouldn't say kind of. I think he is their best starting pitcher, and they have a lot of starting pitching. But I do feel he's their best starter, so getting him locked up is huge for them. Moving on to this Hader trade. We'll come back to Musgrove in a minute, but I do have to talk about this Hader trade. Josh Hader going to the Padres. It's not. There was some stuff picking up about Hader maybe being moved. The Brewers are listening on Hader, but it didn't sound like anything serious. It sounded like the Hader rumors that we've heard before. The Brewers might trade Hader, and we heard it in the offseason. We heard it last year. We heard it the year before. But it's actually happened this time. And, Hader has a 4.24 ERA this year. He does have a 3.47 FIP, but you compare it to last year when he had a 1.23 ERA and a 1.69 FIP. And also too, he's at a career 2.70 FIP. And he has a career 2.48 ERA. So those numbers are way off his career averages. 29 saves this year, leads baseball. But I'm thinking the Padres are feeling like they're getting an upgrade at closer, especially with Hader's track record. Now, they do have to give up a big package, and included in that is Taylor Rogers. I mean, who's been the Padres closer. He has a 4.35 ERA. He does have 28 saves. But Rogers does have a 2.35 FIP. So maybe Rogers could be set to have some success in Milwaukee. However, the thing is, I think Devin Williams should be the closer in Milwaukee now. I know he's been a great setup man, but I think he should take that closer spot. And Rogers, obviously, the Twins traded to the Padres this past offseason. Now the Padres are taking Rogers. They've had him for half a season, and they're trading him away. Now you are getting Josh Hader for the Padres, so you also get a much better track record. Not like Taylor Rogers' track record is bad. It's not bad, but Hader is dominant. He's dominant. When he's on, he's the best closer in baseball, but he hasn't necessarily been on this year. He's run into a couple problems here and there. Now, there are some other pieces going back to the Brewers. Dinelson Lamet, I'm thinking the Brewers are hoping that they can get something out of him. Because he has struggled. And I kind of wish he hasn't, because he looked so promising. Like what was it in 2019 or I forget what year it was, but yeah, 2020 he had a 2.09 ERA in 12 starts. Looked very good. Um, yeah, so 69 innings wasn't like anything amazing, but still a 2.09 ERA. Then last year he was injured, then came out the bullpen, struggled, and this year 13 games out the bullpen, a 9.49 ERA. What can you do? Um, Not really. There's not really much you can do, unfortunately. He's struggling really bad, like really, really bad. But you're hoping that if you are the Brewers, you're hoping you get something out of him. And then also too, let's talk about prospects here because they are also included in this deal. Padres, obviously, they had to give up two of their prospects, two top 10 prospects for them. The number 8 and the number 8 and number 9 prospects. Robert Gasser this year is a left-handed pitcher this year in high A. He has a 4.18 ERA. Last year was his first year in pro ball. This year he's solid. I mean, a 4.18 ERA. It's not like he's screaming out at you amazing, but it's solid. Don't get it wrong. That definitely is solid. Now, Esteury Ruiz. This is why I don't like MLB Pipeline because they're not updated during the season. So, Esteury Ruiz is Baseball America is the Padres' number 8 prospect. On MLB Pipeline, he's the 28th prospect. Ruiz this year, between AA and AAA, in 77 games, is hitting .333 with a 467 on base and a 560 slugging. That is holy smokes. A 1027 OPS. He has 60 stolen bases, 65 strikeouts, but 52 walks. So the strikeout to walk rate's good. 13 homers, has 23 doubles. He's looking very good. And this is why I'm going to be writing an article on the most underrated prospects by MLB Pipeline's rankings because they don't update them. So people just tend to miss on how good the prospects actually are. No, this guy's a legitimate like top 10 in the system prospect, if not better. But MLB Pipeline has him ranked 28th because they don't update their rankings. So obviously, I'm pretty sure you have to pay to get Baseball America's rankings, but you can find them. People are throwing them out when guys get traded, so you can just look, try and find it that way. People are throwing them out on Twitter. It is, but yeah, it's a very big return for the Brewers. Don't get me wrong. I think that there could be a chance that Esteury Ruiz could be in the big leagues this year. Like, I think there's a possibility of it. I actually think there is a possibility of it. That's massive, 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 massive. But yeah, I honestly, this just broke like 10 minutes ago. Whenever I literally jumped onto this video right away, so I can't fully make my full thoughts on this. But I'll let you guys decide for yourself. Good deal for the Padres, good deal for the Brewers, or good deal for both. Right now, I'm leaning towards good deal for both, but we'll see how it will play out. It's a very interesting deal. Don't get that wrong. Very interesting. But yeah, that's going to wrap this one up. Thanks for tuning in to Bleacher Brawls. Make sure to check out all the links in the description, the Bleacher Brawls podcast website, Instagram, and Twitter, plus all of our cruise Twitters. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell while you're down there. We're going to have a bunch of trade deadline content. And by a bunch, going to be YouTube videos on all the big trades that are happening. As soon as they break, we're going to get a YouTube video up ASAP. We're going to have Twitter spaces. We're going to have podcasts on Wednesday morning. We're going to have Red Sox and Yankees deadline reviews on Thursday and Friday. It's going to be massive, massive coverage here on the trade deadline on Bleacher Brawls. So make sure to hit the notification bell once you subscribe so you get notified every time we post because we're gonna have you covered on everything across the MLB. It's gonna be huge. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Derek, and I'll see you next time.